Hello and welcome to this spoken tutorial on how to write a persuasive resume. For this tutorial, you will need a working internet connection and any web browser. I'll be using the web browser Google Chrome. You can use any other web browser too to practice. Imagine there is an opening for a job in a company. You want to send your resume. How should the resume be? What will increase your chances of getting the job? What are the do's and the don'ts? Let's figure it out in this tutorial. To apply for any job, you will have to send your resume. At Spoken Tutorial, we have come up with simple steps to help you create your resume. Shall we get started? The first step of resume writing is to read the job description. Whenever there is an opening in a company, they will share the job description. It will be made available as an advertisement for the job or through hiring consultants. The job description will have details like roles and responsibilities and qualifications required. Some companies may also provide details on the salary, perks, location, and work hours. This is a sample job description for an entry-level web designer. I've chosen an IT job, but the process is the same for any other job as well. Okay, go through the job description thoroughly. Reading the job description will give you an idea of what the company is looking for. It will also help you decide if the job is suitable for you. If you think you have the skills and qualifications for the job, start making your resume. That brings us to the second step. What should your resume look like? I'm going to choose the template that's already provided on Google Docs. I'm going to make changes to it. You can access it by clicking the 3x3 dots grid icon on your Gmail window. Click the triangle icon there to access your drive. Press the new button and you can access Google Docs there. On the Google Doc, you can access a resume template by clicking File-New from Template Gallery-Resume. It can be done offline too by using any word processing software such as LibreOffice Writer. Don't forget to give your document a file name before going ahead to save. Okay, now let's start writing the resume. Write your name first and then your contact information, your phone number, and then your email address. Make sure your email ID has your name. If you do not have a professional looking email ID, create one. Use it specifically for job interviews. You can add a link to your LinkedIn page. You can also share a link to your portfolio for a marketing or a social media role. It could be a link to your blog or your website or a relevant social media account. Next, fill in details about your education. In a tabular column, fill in your academic details with the latest one on top. The headings of the tabular column should be name of the institution, university, degree, year of passing, and percentage or CGPA. You can share details up to your 10th standard. Remember, if you get shortlisted for the interview, you will have to present your certificates. Next is the skills. If you're applying for a software job, mention the languages and applications you know. Make sure to add your skill sets that match with the skills mentioned in the job description. Remember, you need to give references to these skills later in the work experience section. That leads us to work experience. If you're a fresher, you can fill the work experience section with details about your internships, the projects you've done, and papers you've published with your professors. In a sentence, mention the activity and what was your role in the activity. For example, if you created a website for the NSS unit in college in your 6th semester, you can write, "During my 6th semester, I created a website for my college's NSS unit. I used PHP and HTML to create the website." Always keep in mind how your experience will be useful for the role that you're applying for. Highlight your skills that match with the keywords and skills listed in the job description. If you have done some part-time jobs to pay for your college fees, mention that too. It will showcase you as a committed person. If you're not a fresher and have worked for a few years, mention the name of the company, your designation, and the duration for which you worked in the company. Then, in a couple of lines, mention the role you played in the company. The next section is about extracurricular activities. If you held any leadership position in your college, add it to the resume. It could be a role you played in any of the clubs or in your class or any of the committees. Mention what you did in that role. For example, if you have headed the marketing team for your college culturals, you can write, I was the head of marketing for my college culturals in the year 2023. I developed the marketing strategy for the event. That year, we had over 1 lakh students participate in the event from across the country. It was 25% more than the previous year. You can write about your hobbies. In a line, mention what the hobby means to you. For example, if you like playing cricket, you can write, I enjoy playing cricket. It helps me de-stress and have fun with friends. Hobbies are great conversation starters in an interview. Mention the things that you're comfortable talking about. Make sure that whatever you say is true. You should be able to answer questions with confidence and clarity. The final section is about awards and recognitions. List all the certificates and awards you have won. You can also include your academic achievements here. Even if you don't have awards to show off, it's okay. The point of a resume is to highlight your education, skills, and experience. Think, what are you really skillful at? And write that. Now, for the third step, after writing your resume, it's crucial to proofread it for spelling and grammatical errors. Mistakes in your resume can create a negative impression on recruiters. The fourth step is to save the ready resume in a PDF format. PDF format is good to be sent via email as well as for taking printouts. Now is the fifth and the final step. Share your resume with your faculty members or mentors and ask them for feedback. If you think their feedback is valid, make the changes to your resume. Isn't making a resume actually very simple? Okay, but before I sign off, I want you to remember a few things while creating your resume. Do not lie. For example, if you have received a certificate from a premier institution, add it as a certificate. Do not call yourself an alumni of that institution. When you exaggerate or lie, you lose credibility. If you have been part of a team project, mention your contribution. For example, if you're writing about an award your team won for a documentary, be specific about your role. This will help your recruiters know what your strengths are. In the interview, recruiters will also ask you questions specific to your role. For each job interview, customize your resume. Do not mention irrelevant information like marital status, religious affiliations, etc. unless it's asked in the job description. Do not use generic statements like, I'm highly professional, dedicated, and an ambitious person. Always mention things that you can validate with a proof. The sample resume is available for your reference as a code file link. As an assignment, follow the instructions given in this tutorial and create your resume. If you already have one, improve it with the given inputs. Share it with your friends and ask for feedback. The video at the following link summarizes the spoken tutorial project. Please download and watch it. We conduct workshops and give certificates. For more details, please visit us. If you have questions in this spoken tutorial, please visit our website. Choose the minute and second where you have the question. Explain your question briefly. The spoken tutorial project will ensure an answer. You will have to register to ask questions. The Spoken Tutorial forum is for specific questions on this tutorial. Please do not post unrelated and general questions on them. This will help us reduce clutter. With less clutter, we can use these discussions as instructional material. The Spoken Tutorial project was established by the Ministry of Education, Government of India. With this, we've come to the end of this tutorial. It's me, Sai Sudha, signing off. All the best for your interviews.